Good afternoon YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to do an orchid tour. Haven't done just an orchid tour for a long time. I usually do a greenhouse update, but this time we're just going to be on the hunt for orchids. So why don't we just jump right into this. We'll see what's in bloom and in bud and how things are doing for, well, I guess it's the beginning of summer now, so we'll see how things have done for the springtime. Anyways, why don't we start the way we always start, and we'll go along this wall here. So this one here has 3 spikes this year, and it is my Dracula gluteata. Hangs here on my hanging wall, lots of new growth on it. 3 spikes. These spikes just last forever. I let it dry out before it gets rewatered. This one here, which is my Dendrobium diatoides, probably butchered it, but it is out in lots of spikes. There's sort of clusters of flowers, so there's lots of them on there, so I'm quite happy about that. Not quite in bloom yet. Looks like the Dracula Bella is just starting to fade. I like Dracula orchids, they're nice. But there's lots more bloom spikes out on this thing. Look at this. Lots of blooms for Dracula Bella. And what else? This is Dracula Carlurii. It's kind of a tubular one. It doesn't seem to open fully, but that's just the way it is. And look at all the blooms on that as well. So it's doing quite well on this hanging wall here. Let's go to the other side. So this is a cool wall. I'll try to keep up with temperatures. So these ones still get a nighttime low of in the mid to low 50s. Now we're going to go over to the other side, the warm side of the greenhouse. These ones, they get lows of 65 to 70. That's about 20 Celsius. Pretty little Lepanthes. Unfortunately not in bloom at the moment. But I grow just as much for the leaves as I do for the blooms. Just awesome. Another little Lepanthes down there. Some buds coming out on it. They're doing quite well in these little pots. I'm caught on an Nepenthes. We'll go a little bit lower. Here's one of my favorites, the Telepogon Flora. It is always just loaded with flowers. And there is a Rafflesiana Nepenthes pitcher that has settled in there as well. So, love that little guy. They like it warm, humid, shady, and just loving it on this side of the greenhouse. What else? My Vanda I put in the bag, which has been really low maintenance for me, has just ended, unfortunately. We missed that one. I should have done an orchid tour last month, but my Epidendrum here is doing very well. So this thing is standing way above the 4-foot mark. It's probably closer to getting up to the 5-foot mark. It's at my chin level anyways. So the vanilla vine is right here. It's doing really well. It's growing very fast. It twirls around and spins around, and I bet you it is about 8 feet long now. Doing quite nicely. This is my Millennium Magic Witchcraft. It's in the middle of its growing season. Some Alli Castilla down there beside it. This is my Gong Gorya. This thing has been blooming off and on all spring and summer, and it just keeps. There's 2 more spikes for it. There's one that's almost faded. You can see the blooms are starting to fade. A new one coming out. So I've just changed the media to basically moss in a net basket for that one. Seems to be doing quite well on that. Maxillaria variabilis. They have yellow flowers. Quite nice little ones. And this guy is my Maxillaria Schunkiana. Black flowers on it. There's one black flower in there. They're really a dark purple. So again, this is on the warm side of the greenhouse. They're getting quite bright sun. And highs up in the mid 80s. Here's a spike starting on my Sherry Baby. And Right above us here is a Brassa. It's been out for a little while. Spider orchid. I love the scent on Brassa orchids. They have big blooms too. These things are almost a foot. Such an amazing scent on them though. Very beautiful. I'm going to take you up here. I don't know exactly what we're going to see. There is one Cattleya that's just finishing there. That's my Mahalo Jack. I don't know if we're going to see. There's some other ones blooming in there. They might be fading too. I wasn't able to bring them out to see them. Let's see if we can get focused on them. I'm holding the camera above my head so I can't see it too clearly. But there is some Cattleyas up there. The Cattleyas in general are doing great up there. I don't know what you're going to be able to see other than roots and roots and roots are coming out everywhere. They're laying all over the vinyl, which is interesting. And yeah, so interesting. I might just get up there on a stool and do a video for you. Let's see, what else do we have over here? This guy here is my Meltonia, and it is a hybrid. There's the tag from Paramount Orchids. What else is happening here? My Angraecum, I don't see a spike on it yet, but I'm expecting another one that has huge blooms. My Houtiana up there, I can just barely see through everything. There are bloom spikes coming on that. That one is one of the Vanda type orchids that grow in a clay pot. Has an amazing smell to it. So I gotta get that out. I gotta get up there on a stool and bring some stuff down. What else? Here is Alli Castilla. This is Aromatica. Lots of blooms on it. Has sort of a, I don't know what the smell would be, a cinnamony type smell. The phals are all just sort of fading their blooms now. There's one new phal spike there, old spikes. The last of the blooms on the phals. And we got this one here is always nice. There is the tag. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But anyways, it grows here on the warm side in one of these net things. And it's got several spikes on it. Cute little thing. I really like it. It gets quite dry in between waterings, but growing quite nicely. There was blooms at the back of it as well, I seen earlier. What else do we have? We'll go out back into the cooler side and see what we have going on here. Let's see. Ooh, here's some spikes on these guys. Now, let me see if I can get a good shot for you. Actually, I'm going to bring this guy down first. So these are the Promesias. And so this Promessia is out in bloom. And feeling quite light. It needs some good water right now. And I'm just noticing this Promessia is just about to start blooming, so that's nice. Alright, what else do we have? Myra Strippy is out. Reminds me of little bugs all over the place. So we're back on the cool side of the greenhouse. The Strippy likes it cool and moist, not too much sun. The first wall on the cool side, which was this wall right here that we started on, is much brighter because it's right next to the door. This is sort of an interior wall, we'll say, so it's not nearly as bright. What else do we have hanging in here? This one was just over here for watering. That's the last of it. That one's been going forever though. That's my Rainbow Dancer. Another phal that has just ended. Dracula Orchid. So it's growing quite shady in there. I always try to keep it moist. And yeah, it's pulled sort of way back, it's like buried in here. And that one is the Wallisii. And this is beautiful. I love my Meltoniopsis, sorry. They smell like roses, so I have several of them. I've made divisions of them. Another Dracula Orchid, Polyphemus. Big flowers on them. Very big flowers. And again, if you have a look sort of from a distance, it's quite shaded in there, right? Not much sun gets in there. So that's exactly what they need this time of year. These are my other Dracula orchids. If it's sunny out, I actually pulled a shade cloth across them so they don't get any real direct sun. And they do have a light over them, so on a shadier day in the evening, they get a little bit of light. Now this Mastamalia is funny. It is my Discordia. They never open fully. That's just sort of what they look like. They don't have a long stem or anything like that. They just sort of stick out. What else do we have? Let's see. There are a few Mastamalia miniatures down here. That is my Mastamalia garden gnome. Cute little thing. My Mastamalia exquisita is also out down there. Let's see if we can get a focus on it. It was on the sunnier wall and got a little bit too yellow for my liking, so now it's in deep shade. But there it is there. Blooms are just starting to fade on it. What else do we have back here that's going? Yep. Pull this out. This one's kind of cool. It is my Noboceria. And long tubular like Mastamalia. Pollinated by hummingbirds. A very cold grower, but again it got a little bit too bright and it kind of went yellow, so now it's in deep shade. What else do we have? Mastamalias are just fading on our stick here. This is our branch that's growing. I had some blooms out on it, but they're finished now. Go slowly down here. Another Meltoniopsis out in nice full bloom. When one blooms, they seem to all bloom. And there's another one down below at our feet as well. And we'll go down here. There's lots of other plants out in bloom, but I'm just sticking to the orchids today. Some Mastamalias out. That's Angel Heart. This one's interesting. Biferia. And let's see here. It's looking very good right now. I'm just trying to put the tag back. So this guy, like other Mastamalias, well, like Mastamalias, not like other Mastamalias. This guy, like Mastamalias, likes it cooler, moister, and a little bit shadier. There's a light there that's sometimes on, but not on today. And they're just pulled out a little bit, so they're pretty much right on the ground where it's as cool as it can be. And growing quite nicely. There's a Mastamalia snowbird in there. And I see some other ones starting to come out. Here's a nice one here. And some real miniature ones. Let's see how good I am with the camera here. I'll grab the tag for you in a second. Super, super miniature. And that guy is my Stellis. There's the tag there. Stellis orchids grow like Mastamalias as well. But that one is super tiny. So, anyways. Get up off the ground. I think we're going to leave it at that. There are many, many other things out in bloom, as I said, but we do want to keep it just orchids today. I'm sure once the camera finishes, I'm going to find so many others that are well hidden. I posted a bunch of orchids on my Facebook page, so if you want to see some photos of some of the orchids that are out in bloom that I may have missed on this video, check out my Facebook page. Thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. I really appreciate the support. If you feel like you want to support me as well, check out my Patreon page. Link is in the description. And I hope you like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, updates on all my plants, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.